Hello class, welcome to the fourth pre-work assignment. So today we're going to be talking about summary. So first we're going to go over some in-text vocab. So please draw a capture/create T-chart. Okay, this is the same one that we did in the first pre-work video, and I am going to be doing this on paper with you guys. So your paper should look like mine. So first, be sure to write your name at the top of the page and today's date. And then you're going to write in-text vocab. And for the title, go ahead and write pre-work number 4, summary. That way when you go back in your notes, you know what this is for. So the in-text vocab, first things first, draw. You're just going to copy this T-chart. So I'm just going to write capture and then create on the other side. And you'll be writing the definition and the part of speech on the capture and record side, and then on the create and respond side, you'll be writing an example sentence. So let's get started. Our first vocab word is kasha. Kasha. And kasha is a noun, so you can put in parentheses, noun. And it is grains boiled in water, similar to oatmeal or porridge. An example sentence that I wrote here is Nurzan and I were eating kasha. So I want y'all to, you can go ahead and copy that example sentence. So go ahead, pause the video or just go along with me. So grains boiled in water like oatmeal/porridge. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my capture and create chart, and then I'm writing a definition and the word over here. I'm going to write the example sentence on the other side. So example, and I were eating kasha. Okay. Our next word is flocks. So go ahead, skip a line, write flocks. And flocks is also a noun. And it means a large group. So an example, there were flocks of protesters marching in the street. So I want you guys to come up with your own example sentence now. But first, copy down the definition. So a large group. And go ahead, pause the video and write your own example sentence. Okay, our next word is struck. So write down struck, and struck is an adjective. The feeling of being surprised or shocked. So I'm just going to write surprised/shocked. And my example sentence here is I was struck by the rampant police brutality. So struck, much like being struck by lightning, is this feeling of shock or surprise. And then for flocks, it can be applied to people or groups of people, but originally it comes from this idea of like flocks of birds, and struck by lightning is a similar concept. So it's a little bit of figurative language there. So go ahead and pause the video and write your example sentence for struck. Okay. Next, let's go over some key points. So just draw a line and then write key points. And the key points for today's lesson, there's just really one, and it is SWBST. And that stands for somebody wanted but so then. So this is going to be the tool that we'll be using to summarize different things. So I know maybe you have learned a different way, but in this class we're going to use this method. So somebody wanted but so then. And this is kind of how it works. So the somebody is addressing who is the main character. So who is X, the main character? This gives us exposition or background knowledge. Next, the word wanted. What does character X want? So this addresses their motivation and the rising action. Next, we have the word but. So what is the problem? This addresses the conflict in the story or in the excerpt that we're looking at. And then so how was the conflict resolved? So now we have falling action. And then what was the resolution of the whole story? So we are going to copy this down and just going to write the word somebody and then write who is the main character right next to it. Okay, so just like this, somebody who's the main character, and then under that I'm going to do another bullet point and write exposition, which basically means background knowledge. And if you aren't familiar with that term, go ahead and write background knowledge next to it. Next word, wanted. So write wanted under somebody. And then a bullet point or an arrow. What does character X want? What does X want? And I'm just going to write above the word main character, I'm going to write in parentheses X so that I know what I'm talking about down here. So what does character X want? And then under that, a bullet point, motivation / rising action. Next, but, so what happened? That is stopping them. That's the conflict. What's the problem? And then I'm going to write conflict. And the next word, so. How was the conflict resolved? And then a bullet point under that, falling action. And then finally, then, what was the resolution of the story? And I'm going to underline the word resolution. So we've got exposition, underline that, and then rising action, underline that, then underline conflict, and then falling action, and then we already have a resolution underlined. So that will help make these plot points stand out. Okay, so your note should look something like this. And if you need to go back and write any other details, go ahead and do so now. Pause the video. Okay, so just to give you guys another example of this, I'm sure many, if not all of you, have seen Coco. And yeah, we're going to go through the plot of Coco. So I apologize if this is spoiling it, but we're going through it. So this is our check for understanding. Who is the somebody? The main character is Miguel. And what does he want? What is his motivation for everything? So he dreams of becoming an accomplished musician like his idol, Ernesto de la Cruz. But his family strictly forbids becoming a musician. So that's the conflict. So this is the what? We can look at our chart. Falling action. Miguel travels to the land of the dead. He meets Hector and discovers that Ernesto stole his songs from him. And then we have our resolution. So Miguel returns to the land of the living after playing a song that Hector wrote. Mama Coco returns to life and shares family stories, making the family once again love and accept music and bringing that back into their family culture. So now it's your turn. So I want you to pick your favorite movie or story and write a SWBST chart summary outlining this story. So you're going to write it the same kind of structure that we did for our notes. Just write the capital letter or the word if that helps you remember it better, and then answer those questions that go with each one, okay? So so just pause the video right now so you can do that. And that's it. Make sure you have your homework from Tuesday complete before our class on Thursday, and the notes from this video. So just take a picture of it and send it in on the Google Classroom. And that's it. Bye.